Hello, welcome to Looking Behind the Mirror, where we explore narcissism and take our lives back as we make sense out of nonsense. As a quick disclaimer, I am not a professional. Everything I say is based on my opinions and my research and my personal experiences. If you are in crisis, please contact a professional. I will provide links below. In today's video, I'm going to discuss what it's like to be in a relationship with a narcissist. And just to clarify, this isn't necessarily a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship, it could be a family member, or maybe a coworker, a boss, any kind of relationship with a narcissist. Now, narcissists are all different. They all express narcissism in their own unique ways, but they all have things in common as well. So if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, the ways that things could be different could depend on the temperament of the narcissist. It could depend on the intelligence of the narcissist. Some narcissists are very successful financially, and some narcissists are incredibly irresponsible and they're broke all the time. Some narcissists are very domineering, and some narcissists are very vulnerable. Some narcissists are calm and quiet, and some narcissists are really gregarious. And of course, this is going to affect the way the relationship feels, right? So what are the things that all relationships with narcissists have in common? What is it like to be in a relationship with just about any narcissist that you could be? The first thing that almost any relationship with a narcissist will have in common is the feeling that you're walking on eggshells. Relationships with narcissists start off with feeling comfortable around them, feeling accepted. They really know how to win your trust. They really know how to make you feel important and valued and loved and accepted as you are. After you become comfortable with them and you start to trust them, they will slowly start to use that trust against you. The relationship will morph as they become more and more dominant, as they establish themselves as the more important one. Over time, they can become critical, they can become angry. You're like a frog in boiling water. You might wonder, when did this happen? When did I go from feeling incredibly loved or accepted or validated to feeling like I can't do anything right ever, and that I have to watch my step and watch everything I say because I might set them off at any moment? It usually happens really gradually. It happens after they win your trust. Secondly, in a relationship with a narcissist in which you haven't established healthy emotional boundaries, you may start to feel as if you are to blame for everything. This is certainly the intention of the narcissist. You start to feel like all of the problems are your fault. You're not really consciously aware that you're being manipulated and abused and that you haven't really done anything wrong. Narcissists pick things out of thin air to criticize you about, to hold over your head. They do this to exert control over you and to manipulate your emotions. But from your point of view, if you fall for it, and why wouldn't you? Because you trust this person, right? You will take them seriously. You might really believe them when they point out all these flaws that you have and how distressing it is for them and how many problems you're causing by being this awful way that you are, right? So when the relationship has problems, you're going to blame it on yourself. You're going to believe that they really are as concerned about all your flaws as they pretend to be. You're going to buy into the idea that you have somehow really stepped in it and really caused them some serious problems. And you're going to always feel like you're never quite good enough. No matter how hard you try, you're always falling short, and that it's your fault. And because you blame yourself for these problems, you can get stuck in this belief that you can also fix the problems. If you feel like it's your fault, well, then you must be the one that can fix it, right? So you can become totally wrapped up in the idea that the solutions are all up to you, and that if you just keep trying and trying and trying, surely someday you're going to get it right? Because it's all your fault, right? So if you could just shape up and get with the program, you wouldn't have any problems in this relationship, right? That's what this person that you trust is telling you. I mean, he or she wouldn't just be making that up for no reason, right? There really must be a serious problem with the way that you're doing things. And that kind of leads into the third feeling that you're always going to feel in a narcissistic relationship, and that's a feeling of confusion. You don't know what you don't know, and you might not even realize that you feel confused. You might be so confused that you don't know that you're confused. I know for me, I had this feeling that something wasn't quite right, but I had no idea what it was, and I didn't know if it was me or what. I just had this feeling that something's not right here. And that feeling just grew and grew and grew until I finally figured it out after way too much overthinking. Narcissists can confuse you by pretending to be what you imagine that they are. They pretend to care about you, and you hope that they care, and you expect them to care. If you care about someone and they tell you that they care about you, you expect that to be real. And when they act like they care or they say that they care, you assume that they care. It takes a long time to understand or to realize that they really don't care about you at all. Because what kind of person pretends to care about someone that they're supposed to care about? A narcissist. There's no real emotional connection in this relationship. You've imagined the whole thing, so that can be quite confusing. You have this assumption in the back of your mind that, okay, we've got this problem, that problem, and the other, but we both still care. We both still care about each other. We care about the relationship. We want this to work. It's just a given. I mean, of course you're going to assume that. And that assumption can really keep your confusion going for a long, long time until you finally question the one thing that you never thought to question. Oh, they really don't care. They never did. Damn. Until you realize this, you're stuck in this endless cycle of toxic hope. You assume that if you just keep trying, that both of you care enough that things are going to get better, that these problems you're having, they're going to get solved because you're both trying to solve these problems, right? Surely you can do it if you just try a little harder. And you're always kind of feeling like you're just this close to that breakthrough. You're just this close to figuring it out together because you think that you're in it together. You're not. Depending on how successful they've been at manipulating you, when you finally get to the point where you really are just worn down and you're tired, your gut is going to start screaming at you that something's not right. You're going to start feeling like you don't want to be around this person anymore. And unfortunately, you might still be confused enough to start thinking, what's wrong with me? This person is awesome. They've done all these great things for me and I owe them so much and blah, blah, blah. How could I feel resentful towards them? Why do I feel like I can't stand being in the same room with them? And you can actually start feeling guilty about very reasonable reactions that you're having to this perpetual gaslighting, manipulation, and abuse that you don't know you've been enduring for who knows how long. And you can stay stuck in this cycle forever. Just when you feel like things are too much and you're just about to give up on all this, somehow it seems like they can sense that and they pull back and they start being more caring or patient or whatever it was that you were dying for them to start doing or being. They kind of give you a little bit of reprieve. They kind of give you a little something to make you feel like you're finally getting somewhere and finally we've got these problems under control. And then when you start feeling comfortable again, that's when everything just starts going back to the way it was before. So if you can identify with any of these feelings, I think it's time to seriously question whether or not you've been in a relationship that's taking way more away from you than it ever did give. You have a right to walk away from relationships that drain you. You don't owe your life to someone just because they say you do. If you're uncomfortable around somebody, you don't have to keep them in your life. You should never feel guilty when you cut someone out of your life that's been making you miserable. You have a right to be happy. You have a right to have peace in your life. And once you can identify narcissism in somebody that's been doing this to you, I know for me, it really helped set me free. I finally understood that it wasn't me and that I didn't owe this person anything and that it was okay to give up. It's okay to give up on something that's never going to be what you think it should be or what you were promised it would be. Remember, narcissists don't care about you. They don't care that you're frustrated or hurt. They don't care about the damage that they're causing to you. They don't care about the relationship. Airplane. They don't care about the relationship. They care about how it serves them. They care about how they feel about themselves. They care about how you make them feel about themselves. It's not about you and it's not about the relationship. And this is somebody that's just going to keep sucking everything that they can out of you until you finally wake up and realize that there's no reward for this. They don't mean well, and they're never going to respond to the genuine efforts that you put into building an authentic relationship. Remember, you can't fix this, and it was never your fault. There was never anything that you could have done to ever be good enough or to ever make the relationship work. I know it's really painful to realize that something that you invested so much in emotionally was never what you thought it was, but it was never what you thought it was, and it never ever will be. And the sooner that you can see it for what it is, the sooner that you can be set free from this cycle of trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. I hope this was helpful for you. If you like this material, please like, comment, or subscribe. It really helps me grow my channel and make more videos like this for you. Until next time, thanks. Bye.